Welcome to the 2018 Fall Address of the USF System President, Dr. Judy Genshaft. My name is Deanna Michael, and I have been a faculty member at USF and USF St. Petersburg since 1998. Currently, I'm a member of the USF St. Petersburg Faculty Senate and the USF System Faculty Council, which gives me the honor of serving on the USF Board of Trustees. I am thrilled to be here to introduce President Judy Genshaft for her 18th annual Fall Address to the USF community. Like many of you, I have witnessed and been part of the many transformations that Dr. Genshaft has led USF through during her tenure as our president. When I came to USF, faculty were doing important work, and students were learning and proud of their degrees, but USF was a regional university, a place that might be the first choice for some faculty and students, and a safe pick for others. Under President Genshaft's leadership, the USF system has seen the kind of growth that only could be led by someone who understands the life of academic institutions and has experienced that life for herself. President Genshaft's positive outlook and her vision of the possible has fueled the academic, institutional, foundational, and campus growth that faculty, students, and administrators have experienced for the last 18 years at all of the institutions of the USF system. During these years of growth and change, the one thing that has been consistent is President Genshaft's vision of what we all could become and what we could achieve. And now look how far we have come. This year, USF Tampa was designated preeminent by the Florida Board of Governors. This achievement was only possible because of the President's ability to share her vision with the faculty, administration, students, the Board of Trustees, and our community and legislative leaders. In my role as a Board of Trustee member, I have had the wonderful experience of witnessing that announcement at the Board of Governors meeting. It was a true acknowledgement of President Genshaft's leadership and the commitment of the faculty, staff, students, trustees, and community partners. And while few events could have topped this milestone, I have another experience that I would like to share with you today. I am a policy geek and love meetings about institutional development. So this summer, when I was invited to attend the Young University Summit that Dr. Genshaft hosted at USF, I was excited about the topic of the sessions. And while the sessions were fantastic, the one thing that stood out to me was the respect and honor given to Dr. Genshaft by this group of international leaders who have brought acclaim to their own universities. Among her peers internationally, our president stands out as a leader who has the vision to take this university to state preeminence, national recognition, and international admiration. It was a long way from the regional status that we held at the beginning of Dr. Genshaft's presidency. And now, President Genshaft has been directed by our state legislature to consolidate the USF system institutions under one SACS accreditation. This leadership effort is different, and yet it is the same. Dr. Genshaft's vision that led to preeminence is also what will bring us through a successful consolidation. Her ability to listen, to make decisions, to keep her focus on what best serves the entire USF community will be the foundation of the next great transformation of this great university. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the president of the only urban preeminent university in Florida, Dr. Judy Genshaft.
Wow. All right, we're done. That was terrific. Thank you, Dr. Michael, for that phenomenal introduction. Really appreciate it. Well, I'd like to welcome the faculty, staff, students here at the Oval Theater, as well as those who are watching online. And thank you to our friends across the Tampa Bay community, our alumni, our members of the USF Board of Trustees, State University Systems Board of Governors, our partners in the legislature and the governor. We are all stronger because of the collective power of the many supporters around us. Welcome, welcome to the new era of the University of South Florida. After years, decades of working to raise the profile of our research, student success, teaching, and community impact, we are making major strides across every unit and every measure. We are being recognized by everyone from local supporters to state leaders to national and global higher education influencers. We are coming together in a closer way than ever before as one united university. And with our new preeminence designation, which you've all heard many times, we are not only able to share invaluable new state resources, we can say to the world, we, USF, are elite. We, USF, are preeminent. We, USF, have arrived. According to the statutes of the state of Florida, the purpose of creating and rewarding preeminent universities is to, quote, elevate the academic and research preeminence of Florida's highest performing state research universities, unquote. The goal is to strengthen the foundation of the state as a whole, as Florida's most elite universities attract more talent, more research dollars, more creative energy from around the world. This means the expectations for USF, Florida's first metropolitan preeminent university, are greater than ever. The entire state, from our top legislative leaders to the Board of Governors to the more than 20 million Florida citizens, have a stake in USF's continued success. We are in a new league with new university peers and new standards. Preeminence doesn't give us the right to excellence. It gives us the responsibility to continue to earn it again and again and again. It isn't something that can be accomplished in a single year or just by a few individuals. It takes a team, from staff at every level to faculty to administration, to keep moving in the same direction toward the same goals. We are on this trajectory because of all of you and all you have done. So I thank you for preeminence. Looking back at our accomplishments, this year will also be remembered as when USF was accepted into Phi Beta Kappa, the oldest, most esteemed liberal arts honor society in the nation. We've been working to join this group for at least 30 years. True. They only accept, Phi Beta Kappa only accept 3 to 4 new chapters once every 3 years, whereas preeminence signals to the state of Florida that USF is among the most esteemed institutions in the state. Phi Beta Kappa helps us plant our flag on the national higher education landscape. USF has never been more visible also on the global stage, hosting the Times Higher Education Young University Summit earlier this year, introduced USF and Tampa Bay to higher education leaders from around the world. It was during that conference that we learned of our ranking on the Times Higher Education's Golden Age Universities list, which recognizes the best universities globally founded between 1945 and 1956. USF is 5th on the list of public universities in the United States, and the only university in Florida ranked among the top 100 public universities nationwide. Being recognized with prestigious designations as Preeminence, Phi Beta Kappa, and the Times Higher Education's Golden Age Universities puts USF on a new playing field. It helps us hire and recruit the best talent, helps us to influence our rankings and reputation, and shines a spotlight on all of the Tampa Bay region. This year, we also broke an astounding record in fundraising, reaching our billion-dollar goal for our Unstoppable campaign. And the spirit of giving to USF is especially impressive for an institution of our age. USF is one of only 3 public universities in the country founded after 1950 that has raised more than $1 billion, and the other 2 are in California. We are fortunate to have so many alumni, friends, state leaders, members of our community around us who are invested in our success. One example can be seen in our new USF Health MORSANI College of Medicine and Heart Institute, rising in downtown Tampa. This project is amazing, staggering in its impact in terms of academic research and economic significance. It is so much more than a gorgeous landscape and landmark building. This project symbolizes who we are and where we are headed. It already has helped us attract the top students and researchers from around the country. First-year medical students entering our MORSANI College of Medicine this August scored the highest average medical college admission test, MCAT, scores on record for USF and in Florida, according to the Association of American Medical Colleges. And for the last 4 years, our incoming medical classes, MCAT scores, place USF Health MORSANI College of Medicine in the 90th percentile of all students taking the exam nationwide. This theme is echoed in our admissions numbers across the USF system with this year's freshman class, again, the most academically accomplished in our history. Our more than 3,000 new freshmen across the system had an average 2-part SAT score of 1283, up from 1266 last year, and on average, high school GPA of 4.09, up from 4.07 in 2017. And while we celebrate our student academic profile, we remain committed to building and supporting a diverse student body. This is our responsibility as a metropolitan public university, to provide not only access to higher education, but to ensure students have the tools, all of the resources, and the support services necessary to succeed. Our heralded leadership in this area is setting the national standard. This past year, we were celebrated by being named by Education Trust as the #1 school in Florida and 6th best in the country for Black student success, as well as the #1 public university in the country for Latino student success. Uniquely, we graduate our students at the same rate, regardless of race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status. This is a rare achievement in higher education. Just last week, we celebrated a significant gift to support student access and success. The Helios Foundation awarded the USF Black Leadership Network a first of its kind, $2.1 million endowed grant that will create mentorship opportunities to help minority students graduate faster with less debt. And this gift will ensure that USF maintains its commitment to student success among our entire diverse student body. Today, we have more students living on campus than ever before. 3 new residence halls on the Tampa campus bring our total housing capacity to 6,300 beds. These new facilities represent the completion of The Village, which opened in fall 2017 and includes a state-of-the-art wellness facility, The Fit, and our newest dining location, The Hub, in addition to several new restaurants. The Village will also soon be the home to a public supermarket, a first of its kind to be located on a college campus. In addition, we are actively working with the USF system to create more housing capacity on the USF St. Petersburg campus, with renewed plans to support a 375-bed facility at Residence Hall and dining facility that would open in the next 2 years. And we continue to study housing needs and other new facility needs for our USF Sarasota Manatee campus, understanding how important it is for all of our students to have the resources they need to succeed. And we are also committed to enhancing the experience at USF for our graduate students. This fall, we will begin a comprehensive assessment of our master's and PhD level programs to strengthen graduate recruitment, advising, instruction, progression to graduation, as well as access to post-graduation employment and career advancement opportunities. These and other efforts to support student success are vital to our mission, and we will never stop working to maintain our leadership in this area. Another important way we keep our students engaged is through USF athletics. With a new vice presidential leadership, a strong team of coaches, staff, and student athletes, I have no doubt that this will again be a record-setting year for the Bulls. The prioritization of fundraising for our new indoor football center will help us to further attract and train the best athletic talent, enriching the university experience for all of our students and teams and fans. And our continued commitment to supporting student athletes will ensure excellence both on and off the field. This past year, our nearly 500 student athletes posted a record combined spring term GPA of 3.1. USF differentiates itself by being a research university. It is our research enterprise that will continue to set us apart as we climb even higher among the nationally and internationally elite. Even the Preeminent statute recognizes this, with 7 out of the 12 required metrics directly relating to research productivity, specifically maintaining high annual research expenditures, NSF research rankings, and production of patents. We already have tremendous momentum. We are in the top 30 of all public research universities nationwide, with an annual research expenditure of $568 million this past year. The highest we have ever been. We rank 5th among public universities in generating new United States utility patents. We are also now ranked in the top 16th nationally for facilitating university startups, with 10 startup companies in this past year alone. And we are home to the globally recognized National Academy of Inventors, which now has more than 4,000 individual inventor members and fellows spanning 250 institutions worldwide. During last year's fall address, I announced our intention to create a new Office of Corporate Partnerships to be the one-stop shop for any outside entity to engage with our faculty and researchers. A joint venture with Research and Innovation and USF Foundation, this office promotes industry partnerships for sponsored research and educational programs. It supports student internships and helps recruit more companies to the USF Research Park. We've also set up a web portal called Partner with USF to provide common resources and contact information for outside organizations. This office has already made hundreds of new connections with various stakeholders in the community, which will lead to productive new partnerships and projects. We want to be user-friendly, welcoming, and a great environment for anyone who wants to engage with the University of South Florida on any of our locations. And as we celebrate our accomplishments, please understand, our accomplishments are simply mile markers along the way. We must keep moving forward. For the past 2 years, I've asked a series of questions in my fall addresses intended to focus this thought process. Again, I urge you to use these questions as tools for setting priorities and making decisions. 1, are we raising our standards to reflect a preeminent institution? The standards we held ourselves to in the past may no longer apply because we might have surpassed them. We must raise our game to meet our new designation and move to an even higher level. 2, are we surrounding ourselves with the best talent? Do our faculty and staff represent a diverse set of skills and backgrounds made up of professionals who are top in their fields? Often, this means hiring people smarter than us, who may challenge us to see and do things differently. This builds strength and creates new knowledge among all of us. 3rd, are we recruiting the highest level professionals in our own departments and units, are we attracting competitive faculty members with research profiles that fit a preeminent institution? Do they come from other preeminent or AAU institutions? Do they have projects or ideas that bring something new to our university? 4, are we the national model in our areas of expertise? Are we setting national best practices in all of our individual units and organizations? If not, why not? And how can we get there? And finally, 5th, what are we going to stop doing that doesn't contribute to our mission as a preeminent institution? There is so much happening at this university and across our networks, so many opportunities that call for our attention, but we have to be selective, which means letting go of things that may distract us. We must focus on what truly contributes to our mission, whether it be time, attention, or dollars. It is so important that this kind of disciplined attention has become a part of the operating rhythm at USF and made us successful. These tough questions are crucial to guiding, hiring, to refining practice in student success, to inspiring and reorganizing departments, to ensure collaboration and productivity. We must stop doing what takes us off focus. We have just begun, and we must remain united as one team. Another significant development for USF this year is an action taken by the Board of Governors, Florida Legislature, and Governor to consolidate the separately accredited institutions of the University of South Florida system: USF Tampa, USF St. Petersburg, USF Sarasota Manatee, into one integrated university. Consolidation will remove the walls that now often divide us. Not only will each USF campus benefit from being a part of a preeminent research institution, students will benefit from a simplified admissions process, access to more degree programs regardless of campus location, increased efficiencies that help to recruit and graduate faster with less debt, and expanded opportunities in research. We are looking forward to receiving recommendations from our diverse 75-member multi-campus internal consolidation committee. Together with an independent, nationally regarded consultant and the legislatively demanded USF Consolidated Task Force, we will develop a plan to ensure accreditation and preeminence for the USF system by the year 2020. This process is in the best interest of our students, faculty, staff, communities, and long-term strength of our institution as a whole. We can already see evidence of how working together makes us stronger. Earlier this year, we announced an expansion of the USF College of Nursing partnership between USF St. Petersburg and USF Sarasota Manatee. This program helps us meet the needs of one of the highest demand workforce fields in Florida. It allows eligible students to complete 2 Bachelor's of Science degrees, one in biology and another in nursing, in 5 years. This kind of seamless collaboration is just one example of what makes the USF system such an asset in our community. In these and so many other ways, USF will continue to defy the notion of what a relatively young university should be able to accomplish. Now, more than ever before, it is time for us to tell our story the right way. Last year, I shared with you my desire to see the university coalesce around one clear brand, an especially important priority considering our system consolidation. Since last year, we've taken significant steps toward this goal. We conducted multiple brand studies to give us a baseline for USF awareness among the stakeholders. These studies made clear that the field is wide open for us to develop and own our own identity. Using these insights, we engaged with a premier branding agency to work with our USF System Communications and Marketing Office. The team conducted more than 1,200 interviews with university stakeholders to develop a brand story that articulates what makes us unique. This story is grounded in our beliefs, the way we embrace ambition over tradition, our collective power, the boundless communities which we serve, and the uncharted terrain that we explore. The brand story is complemented by a bold, new academic logo that represents the proud and optimistic personality of USF. Just as our athletic logo, the familiar Bull U, has come to represent our competitive spirit. Let's take a look. You love it? Like any great organization, we now have a clear, consistent brand to guide us as we continue to evolve in the future everywhere. The proud, new, full-size Bull logo is intended to represent all of our academic units and departments, while the traditional Bull U logo will remain for our USF athletics. This brand will officially launch during homecoming in October. The Office of Communications and Marketing will share this brand with your departments, along with clear guidelines covering a wide range of uses to ensure we maintain a united look and feel without losing individuality. Remember, our brand isn't just a logo or words on a billboard. It is reflected in everything each of us say and do and does, and how we say and how we do it. It tells the world we aren't just talking about a new era, we're actively shaping one. In my position, I've had the privilege of talking about USF out in the world all the time. I hear the praise, the ideas, and all the varied opinions about where USF is and where we're going. Over the past few years, more than ever before, there has been a common refrain among all the people I talk to about USF. They cannot believe how far we've come. They are, quite frankly, amazed. So you all here in this room and online, think back to your first impression on the first day you arrived at USF. Maybe it was a year ago, maybe it was 10 years ago, maybe it was more than that. Think back to your expectations of what this university would achieve. I'm willing to guess that even the most ambitious among us did not predict at all what we are celebrating today. We are in a new era of preeminence and so much more. We rally around preeminence because it is such a clear, unbiased indicator of our university's progress. But the truth is, our path to preeminence represents an experience many of us can relate to on many other professional and personal levels. It's what being a bull is all about, having the grit, the determination, the tenacity, the competitiveness, the boundless energy and optimism to charge into any challenge, to push the limits of our own potential. Nothing has ever been handed to us. We're not entitled by land grant. We're not bound by storied traditions. Everything we have achieved, we have earned. It is up to us to determine what this new era will bring. We must move faster, better, smarter than ever before. At USF, we shape our own future, and there are no limitations. Go Bulls.